All right. Well, this is Siglut. That name really does not roll off the tongue very well. I'm sorry that you all have to hear it. Anyway, I'm here recording Johnnyg2 versus SoulWind for CALLOUS Invitational 5. Both of these guys really well known. Johnnyg2 mostly in ADV and DPP. He's a bit more of a, I don't want to say newcomer because he's been around forever, but he, has been laddering forever. He only started playing tours just this year, pretty much, and he's been having really great results so far. And I've played with him a lot. Tested teams with him. He's great. Again, he's playing against SoulWind. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you know who SoulWind is. Gotta be, if not the best player of the last 5 years. Top 2 with ABR. Definitely not an easy opponent, even though he is more well known for his BW and DPP than for this. Someone's running a lawnmower, I think, outside, or maybe a leaf blower. Hope you can't hear that. Anyway, let's just get on into the game. I'm gonna put it on slow, and let's get going. So, leads. T-Tar into Mence. T-Tar from SoulWind, Mence from Johnnyg2. T-Tar runs from a choice-banded Brick Break. Kuhn comes in, catches the Fire Blast. Kuhn, pretty good switch in turn 1 to Mence. Not going to take too much for any move. Mence runs probably in fear of Ice Beam, but you don't really want to stay in and get calm-minded on either. Snorlax comes in on Roar just to scout out the team a little bit. Dragon Claw there, so that's neat. Okay, immediately we can tell the Mence probably doesn't have HP Grass. Mixed Mence drops HP Grass a lot for Roar or Wish, generally, or Rock Slide, and Rock Slide's really great. Anyway, Jirachi in. Suikun's probably going to switch here in fear of a Thunderbolt. I didn't catch these live, as you can tell. Sorry about that. HP Fighting. Choice-banded HP Fighting. Not even lead choice-band Rachi. Wow, and Blissey is coming in. It's probably 2-wave Bliss if that's happening. Anyway, great play from Johnny. T-Tar is normally a really great Jirachi switch in because, it's not really afraid of anything most Jirachi can do except for Toxic. And there's the occasional HP Fighting set, but wow, Choice Band Rachi just picks up a one-hit KO there. Really great play by Johnnyg2, and really great set, I guess. So he switches out in fear of T-Wave. T-Wave happens. There it is. Snorlax, obviously, good Blissey switch in, and this may be really hard to deal with. Yeah, as he's seismic tossing the Snorlax right now. This is going to be tough for him to deal with because T-Tar went down, which is normally a pretty good Snorlax answer. And this +1 return is going to do a ton into Blissey. I'm not really... Ooh, okay. Maybe this might be Restlax, which I'm not a fan of. I think he should just start firing off attacks rather than boosting. Body Slam. It's not even Return. Okay. I'm not a fan of Body Slam Lax compared to Return. Return does a lot more damage, and would have been really close to a kill there. But anyway, I would have... I don't know. I thought it was a better line to attack earlier rather than boost more. And he would have got out of it with 20% more HP. But Anyway, so that choice band Salamence can revenge kill the Lax, even at +2 defense, because it was so low. Mence is coming in, and it looks like a big threat here. Claydol is the switch in, which is a fine switch in, but it means you're going to be playing Boom Mind Games if that's your answer to Mence right now. And you don't have Ice Beam, which it may have Ice Beam for all I know. And okay, Mence coming into Claydol. You don't want to let it boom on Suicune, so that's fair enough. SoulWind's plan right now, I suppose, is just to not exactly this, but you know, get rid of all his other Pokemon, and hopefully take out Johnny's Claydol in the process, and then Calm Mind with Suicune and win. If I'm SoulWind, that's what I'm trying to do in this moment. Anyway, Johnny knows he doesn't have Sleep Talk, so he can go to a Phaser for free here and roar him out if he wants to do that. Or Metagross and threaten an Explosion. And if I'm Johnny, I probably just explode here and trade with something because you're ahead. Okay, he thinks differently. HP fires. Yeah, it could be Rachi last, so that makes sense as a play. Or Mag. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, as I said, I would have boomed turn 1, so I got it right. And Johnny didn't. But it was a 50-50, I guess, there, not knowing the last. And if someone had gone to Mag, I would have looked like a fool. So, can't fault Johnny for playing it the way he did. And he's still up a Mon. And yeah, so someone plays it safe and rests there. Good play. If I had to guess, this Mence probably has Roar. Okay. If I'm Johnny, I don't boom here unless he has another boom in the back, which he probably doesn't, because he has 3 already. But if I had boomed there, I would have won the game. So, could be wrong. Trying to sack Salamence on the boom? Yeah. Okay, Johnny looks like he's going to have some trouble with this Suicune to end. But he can always go for the crit with Salamence, which it is more likely than not to do, especially if it's HP Grass. Dragon Claw's a lot worse for this than HP Grass, but if he gets a crit, basically at any point, he wins. Now, someone can get enough Calm Minds that crit into regular. Dragon Claw doesn't win from full. Yeah, there's the crit. Yeah, it's tough to say whether or not, like, what the odds on that were, but they're probably pretty good. And then also Rachi can come in and try to crit, and it was doing about 25, so that's enough that if you crit, you're probably really likely to win. But without knowing the last, you know, it's hard to say how this game ends up without that crit. You know, and that's bothering with something that doesn't matter at all, because the crit happened, and that's how the game ends. Johnnyg2 is up 1-0 against SoulWind. They are really having a good time with that leaf blower right outside my window. I'm going to pause the recording until they get done with it. Alright, sorry about that. We are back for Game 2 of Johnnyg2 versus SoulWind. And then I guess for a little more backstory here, both of these guys were knocked into losers by H-Clat. Johnny in just the previous round, and SoulWind in round 2, I believe. Anyway, let's get going on this. Put it on slow and play with no music. Feel free to listen to your own music as this game goes on. Zapdos lead. This is why you should you should nickname every Pokemon on every team you play, because this Zapdos lead, someone normally does not nickname his Pokemon, so the fact that his Zapdos is nicknamed signifies that he may have a beat-up Doug, but he may have just tricked me. Substitute makes it seem really likely that he has a beat-up Doug behind. HP Ice, Zap on Celebi. If I'm SoulWind, I just Baton Pass here, probably. No. Okay. Maybe, okay, I may just be totally wrong, and he does not have a Doug behind. Hidden Power might be a roll here. Yeah, didn't go for it. And Celebi doesn't recover. If he had recover, he'd be clicking it there, probably. So I imagine this is recoverless Leech Celebi. Metagross comes back in on Tyranitar. Crunch gets a critical hit, which is really not what you're looking for if you're Johnny. Oh, I'm gonna... Okay, hold on. Pause the game. Switch sides. For continuity. I'm sorry. We're 6 turns in. Something's already gone wrong. But Explosion. Crits on the T-Tar. I guess that makes up for the last crit. It probably... well, it was leftovers, so it wasn't choice banned. So that crit did matter. I imagine it's not max attack either, where he would have gone for mash there. Probably a mixed Metagross, although with Magneton, well, I don't know. Maybe it was like Salic, which would run Jolly. Toxic missing there is actually pretty bad for Johnny, because, I don't know, Doug's EV'd to live some stuff from pretty close ranges, and having a little bit of extra chip would help. But I don't know, it's not really like we're going to see a Blissey behind on this team. Gyarados looks kind of scary, because especially if it's Rock Gyara, Zap is probably in range at +1, and I'll just point out that I was right about, ooh, that crit is a big deal. I'll point out that I was right about someone having Dugtrio behind, and you should just nickname all your Mons and all your teams. You know. Anyway. T-Tarian on Rachi. Yep, it's not choice band HP fighting like Johnnyg2's was in that other game. That was a pretty cool moment there. Is this DD-Tar? Could be. Clicking Earthquake there is, you know, just a very safe play. Another Suicune from SoulWind with Celebi low. Yeah, with Celebi low, this is a threat, especially if it has Ice Beam, which it really might. Although Gyara should beat it. Gyara especially will beat it if it's Legion. Gyara looks like a huge threat right now. Although that Rachi almost certainly lives it from full, because Gyara's not that strong and most are Jolly. But if Rachi takes some damage, this Gyara is going to be a huge threat. If I'm Johnny, yeah, I would just click Earthquake there. And this is looking pretty good for him. I do think SoulWind should have sacrificed something other than the Rachi, but maybe maybe it was a 50-50 and Gyara just won immediately if he didn't go to Rachi, and yeah, okay. If it's Flying Gyara, it is DD-Tar, like I thought. If it's Flying Gyara, it's just going to win as long as it can set up on something that's not... Okay, I think we really had to Mach Punch there, to be honest. Now, he may not have had it. In fact, this is the team that everyone's running. And it may be Leech Loom on this team. I don't remember. I think it's Mach Punch, and I honestly do not see why you wouldn't Mach Punch there, because if I have to guess, Johnny's last is going to be Mence. Not that we're going to see it, because once Kuhn knocks out this Tar, Gyara's going to come in and set up and win. And I think it's probably a misplay to go Kuhn here. Maybe he's playing for the freeze on Gyara. I think he should go to Dugtrio and lock into Rock Slide, is what I think should happen. Because then, who knows what the last is? I think the last is DD Mence. Looking at this team, yeah, I think it is DD Mens looking at the team. Celebi's probably substitute. This looks a lot like a Vapicuno team. I don't know if it really is. Anyway, someone's just playing for the 10% win here. If he freezes the Gera. And you know what? I'm going to calc that Dugtrio on Gera interaction, because if he only needed one flinch, I think that was a better line. Although, you know, it very well could be that the last sets up on Rock Slide Lock Dugtrio. But again, I think it's DD Mens. Gyarados, OU Standard versus Dugtrio, OU Trapper. -1 attack, does 42 to 50. Well, yeah, so if he gets a flinch, he would beat the Gyarados. And if the last is Mens, he would get another Intimidate on it, and +1 Mens would at least force Kun in and would win the game anyway. So it doesn't really matter, but anyway, just a slight inaccuracy there by SoulWind, I think, but this game is lost anyway. Gera is just DDs once and is going to clean up. And that's the series. Johnny says, hey, I told you, if you're pissed off, easier for you to lose. So some shit talk there, I guess. That seems unlike Johnny, but I don't know. Robbed both games and still gloats about luck. Fucking dumbass. Yeah. And then Johnny says, get the fuck out. Well, I'm a narrator, so I'm not gonna say anything about that, I guess. I'll be impartial here. I certainly... Well, I am going to say, I don't think Johnny robbed either game. I think the luck was pretty neutral, and I think someone probably misplayed this endgame a little bit. First, not mock punching that Tyranitar. If he had it, you know, obviously he may not have had it. And second, with the Dugtrio thing, but that's just a little, you know, may have made his chances slightly better, and if it was Mens last, it didn't matter. And if it was anything other than Mens last, it also didn't matter, probably. So, cool. That's the series. Be nice to people. Don't shit talk. Especially when you lose, don't shit talk. Everyone, hope you're having a good day.